tonight.
I'm sure that you can all agree we've got a pretty tough decision ahead of us.
Dave.
I certainly felt like I had a target on my back.
Or Dana.
I'm definitely worried about being voted out.
Which of the two is the game's biggest threat?
Who is going to be the most likely person to end my hopes at being in the Final Four?
Plus,
Apples went everywhere.
it's an apple-picking challenge with a twist.
I need to keep my head down and just get these apples in this car.
Walking into the lounge after weigh-in, everyone was a bit floored that David had put on nearly 2 kilograms.
David, that's a gain of 1.9 kilos.
And also that Dana had fallen under.
Dana, unfortunately, it does put you below the yellow line and you will be facing elimination.
I know for me and Shannon, I think we were a little bit shell-shocked.
I don't know what to say, mate, to be quite honest. I'm a bit shocked.
Oh, I can't explain it. I mean, everyone knows that my nutrition's spot on. Everyone knows I've trained and I go hard, so, it's just my body. I'm just gutted. I certainly felt like I had a target on my back, particularly given the competition and the way it's been for the last 3 or 4 weeks. You guys, phenomenal effort, even with your boot.
Well done on the big numbers.
It's great yours, Dee. Like 3.82% at this stage. Awesome.
It was a weird feeling because I'd lost a great number, 3 kilos. I was happy with that, but I was sitting there under the yellow line and didn't know what to expect.
Well, I'm sure that you can all agree that we've got a pretty tough decision ahead of us, so...
Do you think it will be a tough decision for you guys?
I think it will be, mate. It always is. Never go into an elimination assuming anything, so... There really are a lot of things to consider going into this elimination. It never is clear-cut, especially for me. I kind of weigh up everything. So I'd really appreciate it if I could get to talk to Dave and Dana and find out exactly their reasons for wanting to stay.
Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good, how are you?
I'm okay. I'm not feeling as anxious or nervous as the first time I went under, but...
Dana seemed very comfortable. I think she's backing herself that me and Shannon look strategically and maybe vote Dave out, but, never count your chickens before they hatch.
From my position, I think that I'm not a threat to winning it, know, and I think that's what some of you, I guess, bigger weight losers are looking at now as a goal, but I'd just love to get to that Final Four, and I don't think I'm a threat to people who could potentially win it.
Yeah.
The strategy that I'm using is that I'm not a threat. Dave is a huge threat. He could possibly become the biggest loser.
I guess for me, I've been here so long with Dave and I've seen what he's done and how well he's done and, yous have just come back in and I know yous have still got weight there, so I've got to sort of weigh all that up.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to vote Dave out simply because he's been here as long as I have. He's made the same sacrifices I have. He's left his 2 children and his wife at home and we've, done the hard yards. We've been in Cam Biggest Loser the whole time, so I've got to respect that.
But you have to think about all of those things as well, and I understand that. I'm definitely worried about being voted out. It's something that you can't predict and I'll only know at the last minute.
No worries, thank you.
I guess I know you got a tough decision, but I'd like to think the fact that, we've probably been here since day one and we've been through a fair bit together in this competition, that might actually count for something. My strategy basically is just to plead my case and say I want to be here, and certainly with Lisa and Shannon, the fact that we've been here since day one and we've shared a lot of experiences that others haven't, it certainly counts for something.
Last time you put on weight, you come back and lost over 8 kilos.
Yeah.
So as much as you may be close to your goal, do I risk taking the chance that next week you're not going to pull a big number? But then I've got Dana, who is not as much of a threat. She's obviously not going to lose massive numbers. She's been away from this game. She came back and still ended up under the yellow line. So if I end up under with her next week, if I'm under, will I go home? Probably. If Dave pulls out all stops and done exactly what he did when he put 100 grams on, chances are he's definitely going to be final 4 and will push me under the line. If I end up under with Dana, chances are I'm going to go home. So, you know, either way, you know, I never go into an elimination.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not going to vote someone out with malice or, I'm always going to think about it. It's always going to be, you know, a calculated decision for myself.
Mate, you know, whichever way it goes, I'll respect your decision, so I know it's tough for you. So, anyway, thanks for your time, mate.
Not a problem at all, mate. Thanks very much, mate. Thanks, mate.
Hi everyone.
Hi, Hayley.
Welcome to Elimination. David and Dana came to Camp Biggest Loser hoping to achieve great things as individuals. And both have done just that. Dana, your main goal was to see your sister Caitlin regain control of her health and her life. But you learned to let Caitlin fend for herself, and you began to honestly address your own weight issues. You did well, but not well enough to secure yourself safe passage into next week. Dana, you only just got back into the competition. How would you feel if you were to go home tonight?
I definitely would be disappointed. You know, I ran second in the marathon and came first out of the girls, and to have such a high achievement and then to go home straight afterwards, it's sort of like, oh well, what next?
Do you think certain friendships will keep you safe tonight?
I hope certain friendships will keep me safe, but you know, I'm not too sure where Lisa and Shannon sit and what their strategy will be tonight.
Do you think you're going home tonight?
I don't know either way. Dave's put in such a big effort being here for this such a long time, and if I do stay, I've just taken his spot.
David, you set a weight loss record in your first week here and have been a strong competitor ever since. You've always been at or near the top of the Biggest Loser leaderboard. However, David, if you don't survive, you have a very difficult decision to make. Who to pass that nothing bracelet onto. David, how do you feel about the possibility of going home this close to the end?
Hayley, I think I've come further in this game than I ever dreamed of coming. I always thought if I made it to halfway, that'd be a major achievement, and each week goes by, I'm still here, and you know, probably this week I just started to believe that I could make the final 4 and really win it.
Do you think people are going to vote with their heads or their hearts tonight?
I think it will all come down to strategy at this stage of the game. I've got to hope that, you know, probably sharing some experiences with Shannon and Lisa over the last few weeks, you know, has developed a bond, but I also know that they've got to think strategically as well.
Lisa, Shannon and Wayne, you have an extremely difficult decision to make. Contestants, the time has come to see which person you want to see eliminated from this competition. It's time to reveal your votes. The first person to cast their vote will be Lisa.
Hayley, this was a really tough decision, as it is every week, and everyone knows that you don't enter it lightly. But I had to consider my position in the game and how Dave and Dana both affect that. The reality is that for me to survive next week's weigh-in and to hopefully make it to the final four, I had to consider who's the biggest threat on the scales. And history, I had to vote for David.
David, that's one vote for you. Next to reveal their vote will be Shannan. Shannan, if you vote for David, he will be eliminated. However, if you vote for Dana, it will be one vote each. And then it will come down to Wayne. Shannan, it's time to reveal your vote.
Hayley, both Dave and Dana should be extremely proud of what they've achieved in their time here. From Dave's record-breaking and consistent weight loss, despite his injuries, to Dana's, personal breakthroughs, and then her re-entry into this competition via a marathon. But at the end of the day, this is elimination. I had to put down someone's name. And I've based that purely on strategy. And I had to look at who is going to be the most likely person to end my hopes at being in the final four. And with that said,
Shannan, if you vote for David, he will be eliminated. However, if you vote for Dana, it will be one vote each. And then it will come down to Wayne. Shannan, it's time to reveal your vote.
Hayley, both Dave and Dana should be extremely proud of what they've achieved in their time here. But at the end of the day, this is elimination. I had to put down someone's name. And I've based that purely on strategy. And I had to look at who is going to be the most likely person to end my hopes at being in the final four. And with that said, I voted for Dave. I wish you all the best, mate.
Cheers, mate. You'll be right, smash him.
David, you now have 2 votes, which means we don't have to see Wayne's vote. It's been decided that you'll be leaving Camp Biggest Loser tonight. How are you feeling right now?
Oh, I've got mixed emotions, Hayley. I mean, I'll leave with a smile on my face. For me, I've achieved everything that I wanted. I wanted my life back. I look back and, despite my injuries, yeah, I did set the record in week 1 and, I've got my name up on that honour board 4 times. I've impressed myself, which is pretty hard to do. I'm going to miss pretty much everything with The Biggest Loser. It's given my life back. I love it here. Despite being away from my wife and my kids, I've learnt so much. I've discovered so much about myself. I love the new me.
Dana, how relieved are you feeling right now?
Yeah, very relieved. You never know until the platter is lifted whether or not you're safe. So, yeah, but it's definitely sad to see Dave go, but I know he'll be successful.
Wayne, what does it mean to you to see Dave go home tonight?
I think clearly he's been the best player. I've watched him eat. He's eaten better than anyone else in this house. He exercises as hard as anyone else in the house. I think Dave is well aware that his name will be underneath here, and it's quite clear that what I was going to do. I don't hide the fact from that, and putting your name under there is not something I'm going to hide away from and say I didn't do it. So the best part about it is the last week, I've had a chance to speak to you and probably get closer in the last week than we probably did in the whole time I was here at the house.
David, how would you sum up your Biggest Loser experience?
Oh, one word, Hayley, fantastic.
Has The Biggest Loser saved your life?
To say that The Biggest Loser has saved my life would be an understatement. It really has. It's saved my life, it's changed my life, it's given me a new life. I will sing the praises of The Biggest Loser until the day I die, which is not going to be for a long time now.
David, since you first arrived at Camp Biggest Loser, you've lost an incredible 68.3 kilos. And while your time at Camp Biggest Loser may have come to an end, your new life as a husband and a father is just about to begin. But David, before you go, there's just one very important decision you have to make. You are in possession of the nothing bracelet, and it must remain in the game even though you are leaving. As you know, if someone were to go on to win the title of the Biggest Loser while wearing that bracelet, they would win absolutely no prize money. David, the decision that you're about to make is going to profoundly change the prospects of one of the other contestants here. So David, who have you decided to give the nothing bracelet to?
For me, I don't want to give this bracelet to someone who stands a real chance of winning. I don't want to deprive them of the opportunity to win the prize money. At the end of the day, I think for me, the person who's probably least likely to be affected by this bracelet is Dana. And as much as I hate to, I'd like to pass this bracelet on to you.
It's okay.
David, you've had a phenomenal run here at Camp Biggest Loser, but it has come to an end. And now it's time for you to say your goodbyes. And I'll see you at finale.
Look forward to it, Hayley.
Goodbye.
It's been a pleasure, mate.
Thanks very much, mate. I'll see you when I get home.
It's been an honour, mate.
It has indeed, mate.
You are truly an inspirational man.
Thank you
I love
very
your work. Hey, lovely.
Send my love to your beautiful family and rest that head. I'll see you.
Smash, Mum. Smash, Mum. Bye, everyone. See you,
David.
Hayley.
See ya.
Go hard.
See you soon.
Good luck, everyone.
See
Love
ya.
you all. Bye.
Bye. Contestants, there are now just 4 of you remaining, but for how long? Change is the only constant here at Camp Biggest Loser. And I can tell you, big changes are in the wings. Contestants, we are closing in on the last phase of the game. Soon it will be decided who will make up the final 4. And that means Phil and Joe will soon be back. You can be certain that they have their sights firmly set on a final 4 spot. But just one of them will get that chance, because only the winner of their one-on-one weigh-in will be readmitted to Camp Biggest Loser. Well, on that note, go and get some rest, because you've got a lot of work ahead of you. I'll see you all soon.
Thanks, Alan.
Coming up on The Biggest Loser.
We're going to drag this trailer up the hill. Let's go, Joe.
The trailer weighed about 120 kilos and you had that big log and all the other gear, and it was pretty hard work on the leg.
Walking up the hill and seeing the commando at the top, I thought, here we go.
Boys, you came to The Biggest Loser with a lot of baggage. There was a lot of self-doubt and fear of failure. Now with what you've mastered here in the top end, you've proven to yourselves that you've broken old habits that have held you back. Now it's time to take control of that baggage and get rid of it for good. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to take this 120-kilogram trailer to the top of the hill. And in it, we have the heavy shipping rope.
We got him.
Come on, boys. The 80-kilogram log. Press, 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 press. Push, Phil. The 44-gallon drums, which represent the start and finish of the 42-kilometre marathon. Your greatest achievement to date.
Forever.
On your way up, we're going to get rid of each of these items.
To see the items in the back of that trailer brought back good and bad memories. It was a kind of training session that focused back on what we've done and realised that we don't need that stuff anymore.
You've learnt that things never get easier, but you've found the resilience and the know-how to tackle things head-on. Having said that, let's make the climb a little bit harder.
When Commando pulled out a knife and stabbed a hole in the tyre, I thought to myself, this bloke's got to be kidding himself.
The Commando adds something else to the challenge. I think it's something we've become accustomed to and almost would be disappointed if he didn't do it.
Are we ready, boys?
Sure are.
Let's go, come on. We've got the log at the front. We're gonna go until I say. Once the boys knew what needed to be done, it was go. It was pick that trailer up. Let's get it up the hill. Flat tire and all. It was hard work. Phil and Joe, they were struggling. We had an incline. The boots were slipping on the ground. But they weren't prepared to give up. They were prepared to give everything they had. Come on, inch by inch. Metre by metre, we're gonna drag this trailer up the hill. Let's go, Joe.
The trailer weighed about 120 kilos and you had that big log and all the other gear and it was pretty hard work on the leg. With a flat tyre, it's not the easiest thing.
Let's get rid of those old habits. One more step, come on. And down. Control. All right, I want that rope out.
Letting go of the rope was definitely a significant thing for me. I'd learned a lot about myself out here in the outback, how to handle pressure and how to move on. If you have a bad day, you know, to get up, the sun will come up again and you've got to start again.
All right, let's go. Let's get on that trailer. We get rid of the log. We got that, boys?
Yes, sir.
Let's keep that trailer low. Put it into the hip and drive it forward. There's no time for stopping. Come on, Phil. It's pushing. It's getting that trailer to the top of the hill. And if they fall, they pick themselves up and they keep moving forward. And rest. Control. All right, let's get rid of that log.
That log represented a big pile of nothing for me. Well, that's where my life was going. You know, I had great family and a great partner, but that's all I had. I had nothing going for me. You know, I was heading to an early grave.
1, 2, 3.
Come on, Joe. That's what I want.
Now I don't have that. You know, I threw that out of the back of that trailer and I can look forward to life and such a great, happy life.
Nothing can stop us now. You can do this. Come on. Come on. Let's go.
Power up this thing.
Yeah, let's power it up there. I weighted down, but those boys just dug in their heels and they kept pushing forward. Flat tire and all. That extra 20 metres, that extra 10 metres, 5 metres until we crossed the line, then it was time to get rid of those 44-gallon drums. Come on, Phil. Grab a drum. Get it out. Let's go, let's go. Get the thing out.
That's an authority too. Start and finish, Joe.
That's what I want to hear, Phil.
Good work, mate.
All right, let's get back on this trailer and let's get to the top of the hill.
Let's do it.
It's empty. There's nothing left. This should be a sprint. We set? Let's go. Get on there.
Let's go.
Head up. Let's go.
Dig deep in, mate.
To drag that trailer up the top of the hill, I have realised that I don't need the baggage and it doesn't hold me back anymore and that I won't quit anymore. I just won't lay down when things get tough. I'm just not going to quit.
It's a couple more metres to the top.
I'm putting everything into it, sir.
We knew that the summit was there. It was like walking through a gate to a new life for both of us.
Keep going, keep going. And rest, control down. Have a look around. Fantastic effort. Hard work. And we did it with a flat tyre. That's what it's all about. Leaving nothing on the line.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Leaving nothing on the line, Joe.
No. Okay. No.
Unless you've been here and you've trained as hard as you have both trained, no one can take anything away from you.
That's right, Joey.
That self-confidence has been bolstered. That self-doubt is gone.
After achieving what we did today, it was a great feeling. And once you've done something like this, you can feel like you can achieve anything.
Fantastic effort. Clean yourselves up, and I'll see you at the next training session.
Will do. Will do. Thanks, Commander.
Arriving at Camp Biggest Loser for the first time at the beginning of each week is always nerve-wracking. There's been a weigh-in, there's been an elimination, and we don't know what we're going to find when we walk through the door. I instantly thought, oh, I can't believe it. I can't believe after everything he's been through, he's now gone. Wow. Not exactly what everybody was expecting, I don't think.
No way.
I knew Michelle would be devastated knowing that Dave was gone and, you know, fair call. He's done so well. To see him leave right at the end would be very disappointing for a trainer.
You're in for a shock.
Really?
Hit it off, mate. Hit your start, Wayne.
8.6.
Wayne lost a phenomenal 8.6 kilos this week. You can learn to run a marathon on the outside, but if you want to lose weight, this is the place to be.
Dana, that's a loss of 3 kilos.
That's great.
Yeah, I was happy with that.
Now, what about you guys?
Got up on the scales and lost 6.5.
No. You are a freak, Shannon.
6.5 kilos.
Obviously, with Wayne and Dana coming back, it was a massive threat to you guys. But I think of all the contestants, you're the one that seemed least intimidated.
As I've said for a while now, if these guys want my spot, they're going to have to fight pretty hard because that's exactly what I'll be doing.
On day one, when I met Shannon, he threw himself onto the ground and basically quit. Now he's sitting there proud as punch, telling people, if you want what I've got, come and get it, but you're in for the fight of your life.
And I lost 3.4.
Oh, good girl.
4.57%. So I'm 71 kilograms.
Lisa definitely has the potential to be our first female Biggest Loser. She seems to be able to pull really good numbers each week.
Dave went last and put on 1.9 kilos.
Put on?
It was a shock. We were just blown away.
I think when we see Dave at finale, he will look amazing. He will look nothing like the man that walked here on day one. He will be fitter, he'll be stronger, and he'll be living the game rather than watching it from the sidelines. So then David goes, he's got the nothing bracelet. Who's wearing that?
I've got it. The nothing bracelet is definitely not a weight on my wrist. It's something that I hope will get me further in this competition and hopefully see me get a spot in the final four.
This is the last week. Can you guys believe it? You're here. This is it. You made it to the last week of the Biggest Loser.
And remember, this week, the final week, is really about finishing the job. Finishing the job that all of you started so many months ago. So hang tight, big week coming up, and we kick it off with an off-site training session.
Off-site training is something that's always unpredictable. You'll never know where you're going, and I just can't wait to see what we have in store.
Jumped into the cars, you know, we're looking forward to it. Something different. Bring it on, let's see what we've got.
the first training of the week, and it's been an incredibly tense time for the contestants. We wanted to get them out of the bubble that is Camp Biggest Loser and give them a change of training styles. All right, guys, welcome to Barangaroo on beautiful Sydney Harbour.
Got absolutely no idea what we're going to be doing. We just saw a whole heap of apples and 4 cars and a wheelbarrow and some buckets.
I guess you're wondering what all these apples are here for.
Yep.
Well, they're not to make apple pies, let us tell you that. You have to move 3 cubic metres of apples into these Honda Jazz.
I just got the fits and giggles because I just thought, oh my God, where in the world do people put apples in cars? Not just a few apples, like 3 cubic metres and try and fill this car with apples. I just thought it was bizarre.
Yes, this is a training session, but go into every training session this week with a competitive edge. This training session today sets up the rest of the week. If you come in hard, that's going to be the theme for the rest of the week, right through to the end. Have a strategy going into this, because trust me, I think it could be a tight squeeze. You have a wheelbarrow, buckets, and sandbags. However you want to fill those cars up, we don't care. Just get the job done. These guys are going to have to find something big to be able to get all those apples across 15 metres away from where they're stored into the cars.
Now, Lisa, with your restrictions, you're not allowed to carry anything heavy, so the car's going to be moved a little bit closer. Shannon, for you, remember, no running. Other than that, the rest of you are all clear.
Even though we were just asked to move apples into the car, I think everyone was wanting to prove themselves today in terms of the rest of the competition for the week.
All right, guys, ready? Set. Let's get it underway. Go. Time starts now.
I definitely want to beat Wayne. You know, he's up there as one of the best competitors that's been on The Biggest Loser this year. He's always maintained that, you know, he's here to win, he wants to win, and nothing's going to stop him. Well, I want to beat him.
I did notice that everyone else was sticking to the buckets only, and I thought maybe I could get ahead by trying different techniques.
Here we go. We'll see what happens now, Dana.
Will this work? No.
Hey, Wayne, there's an apple under your car, mate.
That would be funny if I drop it.
The nature of the training session, it is unusual, but the contestants have to learn that in day-to-day life, any opportunity for a workout should be taken with 2 hands. It doesn't matter if you're mowing the lawn or climbing the stairs at work. The more you move, the less you eat, the easier it is going to be for you to maintain your weight long term.
Lisa!
Lisa, she was in all sorts of strife. There was apples everywhere. She'd obviously dropped the load.
One by one now, Lisa.
You would think that the box would be strong enough. Wayne and Shannon were in front, and I only had a few apples left in my first crate, so I thought if I lifted up the box, I could probably just tip them into the back of the car. But the box collapsed and apples went everywhere.
Shannon, the trainer, suggested that I fill the wheelbarrow up. I gave it a go and it was just too much to even think about, so I ditched that after the first try.
At the start of the competition, it looked clear that the battle was going to come down between the 2 boys.
With Wayne and I this close, I really don't have the time to stop, chat, or, you know, take a look around. I need to keep my head down and just get these apples in this car.
It doesn't matter if you're moving apples or moving weights, it's all about intensity. You guys need to get the most out of every minute here. So make sure you're working at the max.
What did they say? That's it, fill those buckets up as much as you can. Come on, let's go.
Hey, Shannon, the old workhorse, had overtaken the alpha male. But lurking in the background was another workhorse, Lisa. She was right behind the boys.
This might be the training session that sets you up to go into the finals. You just don't know. It's that close. Everybody wants a piece of it.
Boys, you better look out. Dana's lifting it up a bit.
Run, run, go, Dana.
Shannan, the old workhorse, had overtaken the alpha male. But lurking in the background was another workhorse, Lisa. She was right behind the boys. Boys, you better look out. Dana's lifting it up a bit.
Run, go, Dana.
How's the cubic meterage there, mate? I'm not looking. I don't think I'd be real confident if I was you without those windows.
I started loading the car up, and all of a sudden I realised I hadn't had the windows up. And I thought I'm in a bit of strife.
Yeah. You got the windscreen wipers on, there's absolutely no rain.
I had the windscreen wipers going, I had the lights blaring. I was in all sorts of strife.
All right, Wayne's halfway. Shannan's halfway. Dana has got about half of her third box to go. But at the very end is Lisa with just over 3 boxes.
All of a sudden they say, Lisa's got about a box in front of us. You're kidding me. I couldn't believe it.
Go, Lee.
Is the boot full, Lisa?
I don't think anyone realised that I'd sort of snuck up from behind and, you know, overtaken the boys and Dana, and Shannan and Mish were a bit surprised as well that I'd actually nearly, you know, halfway through my third box and they were still just finishing off their second.
Lisa's done 1, 2, 3, 4. She's onto her 5th tray. How do you think they're going to go for room?
Lisa, you better have those windows ready, girl.
I'll be wearing apples by the end of this.
All right, guys, look out. Shannan's coming home quickly. He's totally finished 4 boxes. There's 2 left.
I love the fact that people don't see me as competition. They don't see me as a threat, and that may be the thing that gets me through to the final 4.
Lisa's got about half a bucket left in her 5th box. 2 of my original training group going head-to-head. Let's see if you can get her. She's got the boot, got less a distance to go. Coming into the last part of the training session, the dynamics totally changed. All of a sudden, it became a battle between Lisa and Shannan.
All right, Shannan is now on to his final box of apples.
It's going to be a race to the death. It looks like between Shannan and Lisa. It's so close.
I just wanted to show everybody that, you know, I've got what it takes to finish a task and I work hard every time and I've deserved my place here.
Guys, look out. Lisa, in the boot, has got about 3 buckets of apples to go. That's it.
No way.
The car's almost chock-a-block. Lisa's on her final bucket.
Collect up all the extras, Lise. There's some down the front here.
Oh, I've got 2 under the car I've got to get. Let me just see if I can grab them.
All right, put your bucket on your head. You're finished.
Yay!
Lisa, done.
It was a good, fun training session and I just want to make the most of every day this week, and it was hopefully the beginning of a really positive week.
That was a great way to kick off the first training session of the last week in the house. Lisa, congratulations.
Well done. Lisa's top of the leaderboard. She's wearing a double bracelet. She's got a massive boot and she can move apples quicker than anybody else. She's got everything going for her.
Okay, so clearly, in the last week, the competition's on. Now is the time to pull it out.
It's obviously after today's training session, you know, with Lisa winning and Shannan being a close second, that it's set the scene. And I'm going to have to go up a gear to keep myself in this game.
Come on, let's go. Great training session today. Fantastic way to kick off the week. Bring on the rest of the week because it's gonna get hot.
I just feel so nervous.
David, you weigh 165.6 kilos.
Since being in The Biggest Loser, my life has just been turned on its head. It's changed so much for the better, and my training regime at the moment is really enjoyable. I do 3 personal training sessions a week. I definitely know since coming home that I'm a better role model for my kids. Avocado's good for you, just can't eat too much. I can't believe the extra energy that I've got and being able to play with my kids, and I'm loving it. Prior to going to Camp Biggest Loser, I was fitting into 7XL clothes. I'm now a 34-inch waist.
David Dobby, I'm 40 next month and 160 kilos or thereabouts.
I cannot believe that that was me.
I'm just finding everything hard at the moment. Everything's just an effort.
I wasn't happy in life. I really wasn't. It just shows. I mean, that person there is miserable. I've turned my life around. I'm a picture of health. I feel fantastic. I mean, energy just oozes from me, and I love life.